Hello everyone, welcome to ChemTop. Today I am starting part 2 of chapter 8 of class 12th D and F block elements. In this part we will study about the properties of D block elements. Topic covered in this part are chemical reactivity and E naught values of transition elements, that is D block elements, enthalpy of atomization, complex formation, magnetic properties of D block elements, formation of colored complexes, catalytic properties, and formation of interstitial compounds and formation of alloys. Now first I am starting with chemical reactivity and standard electrode potential. Now in the table you can see the values of the first transition series, that is 3D series, the value of electrode potential, standard electrode potential, that is M plus 2 and M. Now from this series the first point is the value of scandium is not given, you can see here. Now the reason is because scandium does not form divalent ion, hence its reduction potential value is not given in the table. Now secondly, the formation of M plus 2 ion from M, that is metal atom, takes place in the following step. In the first step, the solid metal atom is converted into gaseous metal atom, and the energy required in this process is called enthalpy of sublimation or enthalpy of atomization. Now in second step, this gaseous metal atom loses 2 electrons and converted into M plus 2 ion, and the energy required for this process is called ionization enthalpy. In third step, metal plus 2 ion dissolve in water and form M plus 2 aqueous, and the energy released in this process is called hydration enthalpy. Now the total enthalpy of this reaction is equal to sublimation enthalpy plus ionization enthalpy plus hydration enthalpy. Now remember one thing, sublimation enthalpy and ionization enthalpy is actually the energy required, so these both are in positive, and the third one, that is hydration enthalpy, is energy release, so we take it as negative. So the total enthalpy is enthalpy of sublimation plus enthalpy of ionization minus enthalpy of hydration. Now, since sublimation enthalpy and ionization enthalpy do not follow any regular trend, so the enthalpy of reaction and hence E naught value is not follow a regular trend. You can see the values are not in regular series. Now, the second point to note down is that the copper has a positive E naught value. You can see that only positive value is for copper. The reason is because its enthalpy of atomization is very high and the enthalpy of hydration is very low. Hence it is having positive E naught value. Except copper, all the other elements have negative E naught values. This means that they should liberate hydrogen gas readily with dilute acid. So the reaction should be metal when reacts with acids, it produces hydrogen gas. But actually a very little amount of hydrogen gas is liberated. The reason is because of the presence of inert oxide layer on most of the metal surfaces. Next point is that except copper, all are expected to be good reducing agent because they all are having negative electrode potential values, but their reducing character is less than as compared to S block element. So in general we can say that transition element are less reactive and poor reducing agent as compared to S block elements. Next is that chromium plus 2 and Mn plus 3 both have D4 configuration, but Cr plus 2 is reducing agent while Mn plus 3 is oxidizing agent. This is very important question. Now how we give the explanation for this reaction? Now look here, Cr plus 2 having D4 configuration, when it converted into Cr plus 3, that is D3 configuration, and D3 configuration is stable T2G3 configuration. Hence the conversion is readily takes place, that means oxidation takes place, and chromium plus 2 acts as good reducing agent. On the other hand, Mn plus 3 having D4 configuration, when it converted into M plus 2, that is D5 configuration, and this D5 configuration is stable half filled configuration. Hence Mn plus 3 actually it reduces in this reaction, so it acts as good oxidizing agent. Hence Cr plus 2 and Mn plus 3 both having D4 configuration, but Cr plus 3 act as reducing agent while Mn plus 3 acts as oxidizing agent. Now the next is enthalpy of atomization. First of all, what is enthalpy of atomization? Enthalpy of atomization is energy required to break a bond between the metal atom is called enthalpy of atomization. Now, because of large number of unpaired electron present in the d block element, they have strong interatomic interaction, and due to this strong bonding between the atom, their enthalpy of atomization is higher. Now the question is, in the first transition series from scandium to zinc, the enthalpy of atomization of zinc is lowest. The reason is because all the electrons are paired in zinc, so there is less interatomic attraction, hence the enthalpy of atomization is less because the bond is easily breakdown. Now, exceptional behavior of zinc. Zinc is having so many exceptional behavior, like its enthalpy of atomization is very low. It form white compound instead of the colored complexes. So the reason is, first reason is that the atomic radii and ionization enthalpies are highest. Second is less tendency to form complexes. Third is compounds of zinc are white. And the fourth is zinc form diamagnetic ions. Zinc ions are diamagnetic in nature, and the reason of all these is fulfilled 3d10 configuration of zinc because of the absence of unpaired electrons. Now, cadmium and mercury also exhibited the similar behavior because of the fully filled D10 configuration. Now, the next is formation of complexes. One of the most important characteristics of the members of transition metal ion is their tendency to form complexes. Now, they form complexes because of the availability of empty d orbitals in them, which can take the electron pair from the ligand and form coordinate bond. For example, CuNH3 whole 4 plus 2, FeCN whole 6 minus 3, FeCN whole 6 minus 4, AgNH3 whole twice plus. Now, the reason why they form complexes, I am telling you again, that because of their small size, and secondly high charge density on them, and the third reason is that the availability of empty d orbitals which accept the electron pair donated by the ligand. Now the next property of d block element is formation of colored complexes. Most of the d block elements form colored complexes in both solid as well as in aqueous solution. The reason is because these complexes, when exposed to light, they absorb radiations and their electrons are excited from T2G to Eg level, that is DD transition, and due to this DD transition they show specific color. The color of the complex is complementary to the color absorbed. For DD transition, metal ions should possess unpaired electron. So the metal ion in which no unpaired electrons are present, like configuration D0 scandium titanium plus 4 scandium plus 3, or configuration D10 like copper plus and Zn plus 2 configuration, they do not show colors because of the absence of unpaired electrons. Now the next is magnetic properties. Most of the transition ion complexes are paramagnetic in nature. That is, they are attracted by the external magnetic field, and the reason of paramagnetism is due to the presence of unpaired electron in them. Now, more the number of unpaired electron, more will be the value of paramagnetism. The magnetic moment of the complex can be calculated by the formula under root n into n plus 2, where n is the number of unpaired electrons. More the number of unpaired electron, more will be the magnetic moment and more will be the paramagnetism. Now, unit of magnetic moment is Bohr magneton. If the complex does not have unpaired electron, then it is called diamagnetic. For example, Zn plus 2 complexes. Example, calculate the spin only magnetic moment of titanium in hexa aqua titanium ion. Now, first of all, we find out the oxidation state of titanium. As H2O is neutral ligand, so titanium is in +3 oxidation state here. The configuration of titanium is 3d2-4s2. It is general configuration, and in +3 oxidation state, its configuration is 3d1. That is, it is having one unpaired electron. So the magnetic moment by the formula is under root 1 into 1 plus 2, that is under root 3, and it is 1.8 Bohr magneton. Now the next property of d block element is their catalytic properties. We see that transition metal and their compounds act as catalysts in many chemical reactions. For example, vanadium pentaoxide is used in the manufacture of H2SO4 by contact process. Second, iron and molybdenum is used in Haber process for manufacturing ammonia. Nickel is used for the hydrogenation of unsaturated hydrocarbons, that is to convert vegetable oil into vanaspati ghee. Then manganese dioxide is used in the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. Similarly, Wilkinson catalyst, that is PH3P whole thrice RHCl. It is the complex of rhodium. It is used in the hydrogenation of alkenes. Now, the reason why they show catalytic property are: first is due to the ability to adopt variable oxidation state. Transition metal form unstable intermediate complexes with reactant and provide a new pathway with the lower activation energy. Now the second reason is they provide large surface area to the reaction for a chemical reaction. These are the two properties of catalyst, that is they provide alternative path with lower activation energy, and second they provide more surface area for the reactant to react and convert it into the product. So these properties are exhibited by the D block, most of the D block element, hence they and their compounds act as catalysts in many chemical reactions. Now the next is formation of interstitial compounds. The transition metals are having capability to entrap small atoms like carbon, boron, nitrogen and hydrogen in their interstitial sites or voids. Now, these trapped atoms are bonded with transition metal. Now, presence of these atoms in the interstitial site decreases the malleability and ductility of the metal. On the other hand, it increases its tensile strength. For example, steel and cast iron are hard due to the trapped carbon in it. Now, you can see here in the figure, these are metal atoms, bigger one, and these are the small atoms of carbon. These are iron atom. This is iron and carbon is trapped. This is the structure of lattice of steel. Now, due to the trapped small iron, their properties are: melting point is higher than that of pure metal. They are very hard. They retain their metallic conductivity, and chemically they are less reactive than pure metal. Now the next is alloy formation. D block elements are having nearly same size, so they mutually exchange their position in the crystal lattice. Hence they form alloy. Alloys are actually the homogeneous mixture of two or more metals. In this way, transition metal form number of alloys. For example, brass is the alloy of copper and zinc, bronze is the alloy of copper and tin, and so many other alloys are also there. Now alloys are harder and have high melting point than their parent metal. So these are some properties of D block element. Thank you. Hope you like the video. If you find this video useful, please hit the like button and also subscribe my channel for the upcoming videos. Thank you.